This 17-year-old YouTuber blew up with his first video. He reached $10,000 a month in just 6 months after uploading his first video and is currently sitting at more than 45,000 subscribers. And the most shocking thing is, he isn't the only example. There are tons of other channels doing the same. I wanted to know the secrets to their sudden success, so I studied their videos. I took notes on their scripts and editing and found some valuable tricks. In this video, I will reveal the script strategy and editing tricks they use to hook you. Thumbnails and titles play a big part too, but I will talk about that in another video. I guarantee you that if you implement all the tips from this video in your next videos, you will soon blow up. Script. All of the channels I studied had a clear script structure. A hook, the main part, and the outro. I will break them all down and explain what you need to look out for in each of them. The hook. All the channels had a very intriguing hook. This made the viewers watch the videos for longer, causing YouTube to promote them to more and more people. There was a clear difference between the hook and the rest of the video. I noticed a couple of patterns that were common across the channels. A great hook should convince the viewer they need to watch your video. You need to establish credibility and show them what they can achieve if they watch the video. The best way to do this is by showing the final result and showing you have already achieved what they want. You might not always be able to show your own success. In that case, you can share the success of others. For example, in this video, I showed you the channels that recently blew up and you wanted to know how they did it, so you continued to watch my video. You can also share the story behind your success and what is the reason you wanted to make this video. This establishes trust and a more personal connection with the viewer. Remember to keep the hook short, otherwise the viewer gets bored and clicks off. Depending on your video style, you can include hooks later throughout the video to recapture the viewer's interest. Remind them of the results they can get if they continue to watch your video. The main part. This part can be very different depending on the niche and topic of the video. Here are some tips you would benefit from regardless of the niche. Your video must create a change in the viewer. The way to change the viewer is by teaching him something or by changing his emotions. You can change emotions through a story. I'm not saying you should write a story for your video, but you should follow a brief story structure of building up to the climax and then coming back down. You can Google story structure and take a look at some image examples. Another thing that helps with influencing emotions is editing, but I will talk about that later. The main part of the script should follow a clear structure. You can separate it into steps or chapters. The main part should be full of value. Every sentence should provide valuable information or move the story forward. Use simple language. If you are teaching something, manipulate the phrasing to make the information you teach sound more valuable and exclusive. To make the viewer feel more personal with you, talk like you are talking to a single person. The outro. This is the part where the viewer returns some of the value you provided. You should use a call to action to make them more likely to do it. Here you should talk about your products if you have any, or just ask the viewer to like, subscribe, and check out your other videos. It's important to keep the outro short because people will be very tempted to stop watching once you stop throwing information at them. Editing. The thing you should care about the most when editing is pacing. You should also try to amplify the emotions of the video. All the channels I studied had very intense editing, and I bet they spent a lot of money on it. Luckily, you can get similar results editing yourself. It requires a lot of practice and watching online tutorials, but it pays off. I won't teach you how to edit in this video, but I already have a lot of editing tutorials on my channel, and I recommend you check them out. Now I will share the tricks you need to use when editing. Pacing. For the viewer to stay engaged, they must always have something new to look at. This way they don't have time to think about clicking away. This is especially important during the hook. The first 30 seconds of the video is the part where viewers decide if they will watch the rest of the video or not. That's why it's important to have an intriguing hook scripted and supported with high-paced editing. In the videos I studied, the footage changes every 2 to 5 seconds. This is why you need a lot of different clips. Use the best stock footage, I recommend Pexels, and a lot of visual and sound effects. All effects should be closely related to the video. If you are talking about money, add the money falling visual and cash register sound effect. There are a lot of great effects on YouTube, but you have to find them yourself. I suggest you start making an effect library, and also a library for music and presets. You can find a link to my assets in the description. Use dynamic transitions and other movements like zoom in and shake to make the video less static. You can also add animated captions. The channels I studied used captions with pop effects in the beginning. You can add them through the whole video or just in the hook. This can greatly improve your retention rate. To save time, save every effect and text you make as a preset or adjustment clip. While intense edits are good for retention rate, you shouldn't sacrifice the clarity of the video for fast pacing and effects. Make the video as fast-paced as you can without losing the point or overwhelming the viewer. Use editing to help the viewer better understand the video. Motion graphics are one of the best ways to achieve that. Emotions. Like in the script, you should try to change the viewer's emotions when editing. The most powerful editing trick to influence emotions is music. You need to think about what emotion you want your viewer to feel and reinforce that feeling with the right music. If the video talks about something dark, put dark music over it. If the video has a happy tone, add happy music. Don't make it too loud. I recommend you normalize the audio levels of the music to -16 decibels. Most of the time, the video doesn't have the same emotion going on the whole time, and this is a good thing. It helps create a bigger impact on the viewer. This is also the reason you should change your music every 30 to 90 seconds. If you don't, viewers can become bored or even annoyed by it. For the visuals, you can use stock footage but make sure it is high quality and related to the video. Add text to emphasize certain points, and add transitions for a better flow between the clips. If you would like to see a tutorial specifically for editing, let me know in the comments. If you found value in this video, make sure to leave a like and check out my other videos. Also consider subscribing.